Try that again. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon here from Los Angeles, California. A lot of crypto news is popping up rapidly. So that has to tell me it's a signal. Something is brewing. Something's happening. A lot of excitement in the crypto space. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. I see we have LaFoose, me, Bethany Gibbs from Seattle, Tony Pinkston, Jay Guillory, Linda Reuter from Graham, Washington. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the chat box or on the YouTube channel. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. Good morning, Jacqueline. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You would think that would be common sense, right? It's not. Number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. Always. And number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Find a vehicle like KGX, make a decision, take action, remain focused, and do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So let me go ahead and get the screen share going. I don't know why this song keeps skipping like this, like it's a record player. That beat right there is what, you know how I use the other one, the dealers one, that is my intro to every crypto talk. That's been my intro for the last year and a half. But the one I just played right now is what I used to use for 2 years back when I was into the e-commerce, online shopping. So I'm going back to that. All right. You should be able to see my screen right now. Let's look at the coin market cap at 140.5 billion. That is up since last night, about 300 million. Bitcoin dominance has risen a little bit to 50.8%. Bitcoin is at 4,062. That's up about $10. So 0.91% since yesterday morning. The rest of the market is tilted in the upward direction. Green, let's see, best performers. Maximind coin is up 18%. Kin, 17%. Remember, I saw that yesterday, but it's down, though, from when it had that meteoric rise. Raven coin, Qcoin shares. Tezos is up 5.08%. Aeon is having a rapid increase. Stellar is up 4.6%, not surprised. Ethereum Classic is up. Whoa, look at that. 4.3%. ETH. I'm sorry, ETC. Let's see, Cardano is up 3.3%. Worst performers. ABBC coin, Aurora, Engine coin is down 9%, so that's starting to drop. So people are getting their profit. Let's see here. Repo, Insight Chain, Decentraland, Theta, Factum, no real top coin. Pretty much kind of flat a little bit. So what news do we have? There's a lot. Last night I talked about IBM, and I want to get back on that. We want to talk about mass adoption, that people are not going to have a say-so on whether or not they're involved in this industry. When you have companies like IBM that's deeply involved, look at what they just did. IBM signed 6 banks to issue stable coins. I did not know that IBM was going to be getting into the stable coin and use XLM on Stellar's blockchain. I didn't know that. Actually, no, I did not. I thought, see, this is a new development. They were originally going to be using Ripple, but now they're using Stellar. That is major news. Why the switch? And this is probably one of the most important foundational news in crypto all month that most people are going to ignore. We're not ignoring it. This is big news. Those of you that's owning Stellar or holding Stellar, you're in for a ride. Earlier today, IBM officially revealed the launch of its ambitious project, IMB Blockchain WorldWire. Specifically, WorldWire is a payment network which utilizes the Stellar blockchain. Moreover, this network aims to facilitate cross-border transactions for regulated institutions. 6 banks have already signed letters of intent to issue stablecoins. Perhaps most notably, IBM also announced that 6 international banks have already signed letters of intent to issue stablecoins on WorldWire. These fiat-backed stablecoins will reportedly be launched as soon as the responsible banks receive regulatory approval. Furthermore, and notice these are 6 international banks. We're not talking about US dollars. We're talking about currency in other nations. It could be the euro. Could be the yen. Furthermore, 3 of the signed banks have supposedly already been identified and are said to consist of the South Korean bank Busan, the Brazilian Banco Bradesco, and the Philippines-based RCBC. I wonder if any of these are going to be an Australian bank. In addition to this, the 3 other banks involved will supposedly issue stablecoins based on the Indonesia rupiah as well as euros. Oh, I said that, euros. That's interesting. IBM describes WorldWire as a system that is designed to optimize and accelerate foreign exchange, cross-border payments, and remittances. Furthermore, WorldWire is said to have enabled payment locations in 72 countries with 47 currencies and 44 banking endpoints. IBM is not playing here. According to IBM's official announcement, WorldWire is the first blockchain network of its kind to integrate payment messaging, clearing, and settlement on a single unified network while allowing participants to dynamically choose from a variety of digital assets for settlement. I'm buying me some more Stellar. I called Stellar last year. I was off by a year. Man, if I had an extra 20 grand drop on that. Furthermore, Mary Week, the general manager of IBM Blockchain, noted that IBM has created a new type of payment network designed to accelerate remittances and transform cross-border payments to facilitate the movement of money in countries that need it most. Nevertheless, some will argue that the most intriguing aspect of this announcement is that the WorldWire network features support for Stellar lumens. WorldWire utilizes the Stellar protocol in order to provide a more straight-through model for cross-border payments using the Stellar protocol that makes money transfers point-to-point in lieu of the complexities of conventional correspondent banking. Again, I'm curious as to why they chose Stellar over Ripple, because they began by using Ripple. So I'm curious on this one. However, although the 6 aforementioned banks are waiting for regulatory approval, a U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin from the San Francisco-based startup Stronghold is already said to be running on WorldWire. This is the first time I am ever hearing about WorldWire. I can be doing crypto talks all doggone day and still not get all the news. That's why I do this so much. I got to try to stay up to date, caught up as fast as possible. Let's see, the network already supports settlement using Stellar lumens and a US dollar stablecoin through IBM's previously announced collaboration with Stronghold. There is a tipping point. Due to WorldWire's use of the Stellar blockchain, it is also possible that banks could potentially go on to utilize lumens as a form of bridge currency. So now we're going to have three coins that the banks are using and competing with. Number 1, Ripple. Number 2, Stellar. And then we got Jamie Dimon running out with the JPM coin. All 3 are designed to basically do the same functions. Which one's going to win out? Or will each bank come up with their own? Like if they're going to copy, they got 2 choices. They can copy what Chase Bank did, JP Morgan, and come up, every bank come up with their own coin, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they do that. Or they use coins that's already out there designed, like Ripple or Stellar. We'll see. London admitted that the current systems used for monetary cross-border settlements are too slow to be effective. As such, he noted that the friction in settling cross-national transactions need to be dramatically lowered, with blockchain technology being the answer. Now, Robert asked a very good question. How do you purchase Stellar? That is why we have KGX education that teaches you how to buy. So I'm going to give this a free, quick lesson here. If you ever want to know how to buy any coin, you have many different options. Go to CoinMarketCap. Look up the coin. So see, for example, there's Stellar there. So you click on Stellar. It's going to bring this chart up right here. It's going to show you what the current price is. Right now it's at 11 cents. It is up 4.48% over the last 24 hours. There's going to be 104 billion coins ever in existence. There's 19 billion out there right now. Here's another thing, guys. Those of you like green. Green's only going to have 50 billion. This is going to have 104 billion, and it's already at 11 cents. What if green, all it did was what it ever did was just went to 11 cents. That's all it ever did. You've got 10 million coins. I'm always in dream mode here. I want to play with the numbers here. It took you 2 years. You've got 10 million coins of green, and all it ever did was got to 11 cents. That's $1.1 million. Do that right? Yeah. $1.1 million. You cool with that? 2 years. It might take 2 or 3 machines to do that, to get to 10 million coins. Anyways, so the next thing you want to do, when you go here, you can look at the whole history of it. See, it tells you when it first came on, it was worth 0.002 cents. Imagine if you bought a bunch of coins when it was worth 0.002 cents, and now it's worth 11 cents. At its height, it got up to about 80 something cents. This is someone who's not hitting it right. I think it's about 80 something cents at its height. What if I got to play the numbers again? You got 10 million coins, right? I already know that's at 8 million. But to show you the math, 10 million coins times 80 cents. 8 million. Okay, so now you want to know, where do I buy the coin? I want to get the coins. I'm hearing about in the news. I want to get it before everybody else does. You can click on this website that's going to show you about what the coin's all about, but you click on Markets tab. And when you click on Markets tab, it's showing you all the exchanges that it's being sold on. Now it's also been listed on Coinbase. So Binance, full transparency, yeah, you can go through Coinbase. But Binance is probably where I would buy my coins. I leave Coinbase alone as much as possible. So Binance here, you can buy your coins, 11 cents. This is going to be worth far more than 11 cents in the future. All right, good free lesson. You want more lessons on this? Get with whoever's telling you about my crypto talk. They will show you how to sign up and get the crypto education with KGX. Or send me a message, and I will show you how to get signed up so that you can learn everything you need to know about crypto. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday, Mafuz. I will be doing a special green best case, worst case type scenarios again for the community. That video's still up there, by the way. That's still good to use. Just go to our community group, click on. Let me double check what that is. So in our community group, click on videos. This should label the video up here. I actually have to click on it to see which one it is. Best case and worst case scenario regarding green and how to prepare. That was a month ago. You know, that information is still valid. Maybe I don't need to do it again. Yeah, I will, because I was going to compare with Stellar and Cardano in green possibles. So anyways, let's go back. IBM. There is a tipping point coming, and blockchain in particular, digital currencies, this notion of being able to have a monetary store of value that can move as easily as email, as information can move, is really kind of the next thing. Blockchain changes the dynamic in that you eliminate the need to have intermediaries. You're just dealing with the two end party actors. It's more point to point, so it reduces friction. That is a great definition given by IBM. That is a huge definition. Again, the average person is not going to get it. I got to put an image behind that. I'll do that later on. But I just wanted to put that quote because that is a big quote right there. It's something that's a quote that I want to memorize. All right, good article on that one. Let's go on to Visa. Visa is getting into crypto. Mass adoption is coming. Mass adoption, Visa. And isn't this interesting that Visa is now going to get into crypto after Kroger dropped them? A recent advert was posted on smartrecruiters.com website stating that Visa is looking for a product manager on the Visa crypto team. You see that, guys? What was it, last week? Reported that one of the world's largest grocery chains, Kroger, dropped Visa because their fees are too high, so they're going to use Bitcoin instead. And now, what is Visa doing? If you ever want to affect change in anything, you ever want to affect change, you hit them in the pocketbooks, hit them in the money. That's what you want to do. Visa got hit, they got punched in the mouth by Kroger. So now they're looking for, a product manager for their Visa crypto team. Visa is an American multinational financial services corporation headquartered in the United States. They are one of the largest electronic funds transfer companies in the world with a turnover of $18.358 billion in 2017. Now they are looking to get directly involved in cryptocurrencies. They highlight that this will be an uncommon opportunity. Uncommon. Good choice of words there. Uncommon opportunity to help Visa to raise the bar on delivering the convenience and security of digital currency to people all over the world. Any of you guys Bitcoin engineers starting at 175K, Jay? Huh. It says they aren't looking for someone to develop blockchain technology. They want a person who is passionate about the intersection of payments and cryptocurrency. Crypto is the future. Yeah, I said it, but now you've got Visa saying it. The successful candidate will help Visa develop new products for Visa to deliver value to fintechs looking to support cryptocurrencies. In addition, they will manage Visa's roadmap for cryptocurrency-related opportunities. The individual who is successful in getting the job will not be on their own. They will manage a crypto team and report to Visa's head of crypto. It looks like Visa are taking the threat posed by crypto seriously. Rather than being relegated to the past as part of the legacy financial system, they are actively looking to develop products that utilize blockchain technology and existing cryptocurrencies. Now, I remember a critic in 2017 that said crypto and Bitcoin will never be mainstream because Visa and MasterCard and the others won't allow it. The government won't allow it. I remember those articles back then. But now it seems that these companies have learned the lesson of Blockbuster, Hollywood Video. We're not going out because Netflix is on the scene. See, they're saying, you know what? We can't avoid this anymore. It's time for us to get in the game. Adapt or die. So all the people running out there talking about Bitcoin is a scam and crypto's not doing nothing because they're uneducated and ignorant, they're going to pull out their Visa card and it's going to have crypto on it. They're not going to have a choice. In the advert, Visa state they are making sure that Visa is the best way to pay and be paid for everyone everywhere. Clearly, they don't want to be left behind as the crypto world is now gathering pace. 2019 so far has been the launch of Fidelity's crypto custody service, or seen the launch, development of Facebook's crypto coin, JP Morgan developing their own stable coin, Samsung integrating crypto wallet into the Galaxy S10, and IBM signing 6 banks to use Stellar's blockchain. That is another quote that I will be saving. As financial institutions, the tech giants all rush to develop products for consumers. Could 2019 be the year of crypto mass adoption? No. 2019 will be the year of crypto mass development. Mass adoption? No. We're still a couple of years away from that. But it is picking up speed big time. So I will be saving this because I'm going to quote that. I'm going to put that on a picture. All right, next up on what? Let's see. Pompliano. Next bull run will be bigger than ever. I'm saving that. I'm going to save that for last. Analyst discovers that the XRP Army is a bunch of bots. Huh? What do you mean? A bunch of bots. Ripple Labs, along with XRP, the digital currency associated with the company, are both very controversial and have the power to turn even the most civil conversations into a brawl. Many involved in the crypto community know that when a person says something disparaging regarding XRP or Ripple, they are likely to be swarmed by an army of those who support the cryptocurrency. Manipulating public opinion. Masari co-founder Ryan Selkis, who goes by the Twitter handle 2-Bit Idiot, that's your hand, 2-Bit Idiot, recently shared how much he was harassed by XRP enthusiasts. Many went so far as to call his home number and bother him. These are the guys, if you ever go to a crypto convention, a blockchain expo, it's interesting. You listen to conversations. I'm like a fly on the wall. I love to observe. I go and I just listen and I watch. I don't want to hear from the people on stage because we hear articles from them every day anyway. I like to see the booths. I like to see the people who are attending. Who are they? Where are they from? What's their background? What type of conversations are they having with each other? There's a bunch of nerds. And I love seeing them getting heated over nerd questions and stuff, like they're about to have a gang war. And so this is I love to have somebody try to run up on me at an event. I heard your crypto talk. You said something bad about Ripple. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? This is interesting though. They're calling his home number. Recent news, however, has shown that there are thousands of fake accounts, also called bots, on various social media platforms that manipulate the sentiment behind Ripple. Oh, they're pulling the whole Russian technique. As a matter of fact, Jeff Goldberg has taken the time to study bots as they relate to XRP and fake Twitter accounts. His findings were revealed late last year. Astroturfing is the deceptive tactic of simulating grassroots support for a product, cause, etc., undertaken by people or organizations with an interest in shaping public opinion, Mr. Goldberg stated. Additionally, he provided a wide range of graphs and other analytics tools he used to conduct his research. This is why rule number 1 is so important. Education is key. Education is everything, so that you're not manipulated by the news. You're not manipulated by popular so-called opinion. You're able to hear something, read something, and then have an educated, assessment of the information you're taking in. Is it real? Is it true? Can you take part of it away? I don't just accept everything I read and hear. I challenge it all. I don't care where it comes from and who you are. I'm going to challenge you because I know you don't have my best interests at heart. You have an agenda. So I need to figure out, is your agenda in line with some of my goals? If so, then I'll listen to a little bit of what you got to say. So one particular account on the social media platform Goldberg referenced was that of Giant Gox. This account raised his interest since it showed as being connected to many other accounts which showed up as bots. There's no accountability. Goldberg goes on to state that there are roughly 8,000 Twitter accounts that are potentially fake XRP users. He also claims that in a bet he made with David Schwartz, Ripple's CTO, Schwartz promised to investigate issues if Goldberg could show their legitimacy. However, since sharing his information online, Goldberg states that Schwartz has gone silent and is unwilling to acknowledge the promise Goldberg says he made. There's been crickets from Schwartz since I shared data outlining the magnitude of the XRP Ripple astroturfing efforts. I can kind of see a false flag where someone attacks you to make it look like Tiffany commands a bot army. But again, why would anyone really want to do that? If I were her, I'd have just pointed out that there's simply no actual point in such a thing. What did the attack accomplish? What was it meant to accomplish? I don't get it. I'm open to being convinced there's a real problem here. And if so, I'm willing to deploy resources to investigate it. Okay, that's what Schwartz said. Jeff Goldberg, Ripple CTO Joel Katz mentioned to me in July that, Joel Katz, that if there's a real problem with the XRP Army, that he'd be willing to deploy resources to investigate it. Has been crickets from Schwartz since I shared data outlining the magnitude of the XRP Ripple astroturfing efforts. Apart from the Giant Gox handle, Goldberg has also unearthed data that looks questionable associated with a separate XRP account, XRP Trump. The Twitter account has almost 30,000 followers, the majority of which are accounts that have no interest in XRP or are inauthentic. You know, that's one of the biggest problems Twitter has. What accounts are real or bots? Goldberg suggests that this is how the XRP Army creates its support. Just like Ryan Selkis experimented when he dared challenge XRP, Goldberg himself has said that he is constantly harassed and ridiculed by XRP enthusiasts. After he shared his research about the number of Ripple bots online, Goldberg says a message popped up from a Twitter account asking, "Who can kill him?" Really? Really, guys? Goldberg quickly reported the message in the account to Twitter. However, the platform informed him that the account had not violated any of their harassment policies. The hell who can kill him is not a violation? A few days later, Goldberg received an apology from the account holder, who then removed the profile from Twitter. Despite continued harassment and attempts at intimidation, Goldberg refuses to back down. He says he will continue with his analysis and research and will share what he finds. I eat XRP Army shields for breakfast, he boldly stated. Ooh. These guys are funny. All right, let's see. There's a pro-blockchain candidate for president. Is that better for government? Let's see. Who is this guy? Oh, I remember him. Andrew Yang believes in blockchain and has been paying attention to Bitcoin since 2013, and he's running for president of the United States. He doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, but at least he's going to bring some crypto awareness to this if he starts talking about it. At 44, oh, wow. You know, either to me he's young or I'm getting old. He's 44. That meant that when I was a freshman in high school, he was a junior. I'm getting old. At 44, he's a young candidate, but that hasn't stopped him from spreading his platform. As of March 11th, Yang has received donations from the required 65,000 citizens, which has qualified him for the first round of debates for the Democratic presidential primary. Oh, that'll be interesting. While not everyone may agree with this platform, it is nonetheless interesting that for perhaps the first time in history, a blockchain-friendly candidate is running for president. Well, I mean, come on now. It's only 10 years old. How many presidential campaigns have there been since the blockchain's been here? 2, Yang's position on blockchain. In regards to crypto and blockchain, Yang has said, I think the technology has massive potential to create a more transparent society. A smart government would embrace this and work with it. I would do that. I agree with that statement. When cryptocurrency advocates talk about adoption, they tend to think of corporations and institutions, but forget about the biggest institution of all, the government. If Yang could get the government to use smart contracts, supply chain tracking, and any number of other useful technologies, it could be a boon for both crypto and government efficiency. In addition, the foundation of blockchain is its immutability, and this could lead to less corruption and graft. He's right. The blockchain has a wealth of potential, could make many things more secure, transparent, and efficient. Crypto donations. One of the most interesting aspects of Yang's campaign is that he's decided to accept campaign donations in the form of crypto. If a United States citizen would like to donate to his campaign, they can do so with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any ERC20 token. To donate to his campaign, a prospective donor must fill out a form identifying themselves. After that, a 15-minute phone call with someone on Yang's campaign team, and then a wallet address will be provided. Why in the world do I need a 15-minute phone call? I would say I'll throw dude like $10 in Bitcoin. While this process may not be as easy as scanning a QR code and sending the crypto, it's still pretty awesome that a candidate is accepting digital assets. It goes a long way towards legitimizing the currency and disproving, as some older and more reckless politicians have stated, that only criminals and tax cheats use Bitcoin. From Schenectady, New York. That's a city. You New Yorkers know that city? I've never heard of that before. Schenectady, New York. Yang is most well known as the founder of Venture for America, VFA. VFA is an organization which seeks to get recent graduates involved in entrepreneurship. Yang was the CEO of VFA until 2017, when presumably he retired to focus on his presidential campaign. Hopefully that choice pays off. And although it's a long shot, it would be amazing to see someone in the White House who is young, cares about technology, and has crypto's back. All right. Now, here's one. What I saved this for last because this really gets my attention. Next bull run will be bigger than ever before. Trillions will come. Pompliano says, trillions will come. We got to put things in perspective here. The highest Bitcoin crypto market has ever been is a little over $900 billion. And it was briefly, I think it only reached over 900 billion for a day or so. Then it went back to 895 billion. In certain markets in Korea or China, not China, but Korea or Japan, it actually got over 20,000, depends on the exchanges. So, also in Africa as well. So everything you've seen in the last 10 years of crypto has gone from 0 to almost 1 trillion. What do you think is going to happen when there's several trillion dollars in the market? What do you think our wealth is going to be? Got to put it in perspective. Again, I got to open up all the world's money. Let me show you what a trillion represents. See this block right here? This is 100 billion. We need 10 blocks to be 1 trillion. That's what crypto is right now. One little block. We need 10 of them. 10 blocks. California's GDP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. California's GDP is about $2.6 trillion. Oh, where it is now, 2.9 trillion right here, California. Federal Reserve balance sheet, 4.5 trillion. Imagine crypto getting to 3 or 4 trillion. You know, like all these. So let's cover this. Anthony Papagliano, host of the Off the Chain podcast, is bullish on crypto. He ended a recent post with the pronouncement that the next bull market will be bigger than anything we have ever seen before. While it's always great to hear about bullish news in the crypto space, Anthony had more on his mind than just prices. In the post, he laid out his vision of how traditional finance will enter the space and, most interestingly, how institutional investors will have to conform themselves to crypto standards if they want to succeed. I don't know about that. Institutional money is coming. The crux of Anthony's argument is that institutional money is coming. Towards the end of his post, he says, if you thought 2000's bull market was big, just wait till the trillions of dollars allocated to alternative assets begin to roll in. I'm going to use an example here. You got to put yourself in the mind of, for me, when I look at these, it's not just about numbers to me. It's about people. You have to put yourself in the mind of people. You can't just go off of numbers and data. So I want to show you an example here of when Bitcoin went from 100 to over $1,000. That was the highest it had ever been. See this right here? $1,149. November 29th. What's the year? 2013. November 29th. Why is that date important? Well, if you take away this chart and you just focus on this, look at this height. So forget about 2014 and beyond. Okay? This is what you would have seen if you were in crypto at that time. Forget about this stuff. You will see this is what crypto has been all in existence. And then all of a sudden, look what happened. Boom. The sucker went to the moon. $1,000. Put yourself in the mind of these people. They're like, wait a minute. I remember when Bitcoin was like less than $100 or $100. Had I bought Bitcoin at $100, it's worth more than $1,000. I'd be millionaire. This is what people were thinking at this time. 2013, December, going into 2014. Can you imagine it? What if somebody told these people, as great as that is, what if Bitcoin went to $20,000 a coin? These people would have a heart attack. They would pass out. They would be like, are you kidding me? I can't fathom that. $20,000 a coin? When just a couple months ago it was $100 a coin? No way. Hindsight is everything. So, let's fast forward to 2017. Let's let this come back up. Look at where that height is on the big scale of things. When you pull the microscope back, it's barely a speed bump, right? That's barely noticeable because it did go to $20,000. And everybody at this time is losing their freaking mind. Oh my gosh, it went to $20,000. But what if we had a crystal ball and we're able to move this chart years down the road? And this number is not 20,000, but this height is 500,000. Do you know what this would look like? It would barely be registered like it was back in these days. This height right here would be a speed bump. This would be a flat line. Actually, this would also be a flat line compared to what's coming. Sometimes visuals is what's needed for people. And when you look at it like that, this is why when I saw this this title, trillions, because all of this is dealing with $20,000 and less of Bitcoin, and 900 billion and less is all of this. 900 billion and less. You add trillions to it. I don't know what you're doing in your life right now, but a major portion of your thinking should be on how can I get in this game, do whatever is necessary. So here's what he says. If you thought 2017's bull market was big, just wait till the trillions of dollars allocated to alternative assets begin to roll in. With all of the new developments in blockchain technology, it's hard to believe this won't be the case. An interesting point that Anthony makes, however, is that when it happens, existing crypto investment firms are going to play a key role. When the regulations are in place and technology is more established, Anthony argues that institutional investment will happen in one of two ways. As these firms begin to enter the space, many of them will choose to either one, spend ungodly amounts of money to hire talented and experienced crypto investors, or two, pay up to acquire asset management firms that specialize in blockchain and crypto. Given that traditional finance will need crypto investors more than crypto investors need traditional finance, it is likely that the traditional firms will be the ones who extend the olive branch. Why traditional investment firms will conform to crypto. As traditional firms seek to buy out crypto asset management companies or hire key talent, Anthony claims that there will be a large gulf between the two types of investors. The difference is apparent in everything from dress code to ethos, which will make 50% or more of the crypto asset management firms unattractive opportunities for the incumbents. To bridge that gap, large firms are going to have to change. IBM. Surprisingly, there is already evidence of this happening. Goldman Sachs recently relaxed its dress code, and many took this as a sign that Goldman was trying to make itself more attractive to blockchain developers and investors. Really? I don't want to call that petty, but they're saying that people that's in the blockchain and investors, they're not suit and tie guys. Anthony believes this trend will continue, and more traditional investment firms will seek to conform themselves to the less traditional world of crypto and blockchain investment. They'll have to, because traditional firms will lack the expertise to make successful investment in crypto. Without acquiring crypto investment firms, they will not have a way to get their money into the space. This is all rather fascinating. If Anthony's vision is correct, at some point, the largest investment firms like BlackRock and Vanguard are going to start putting their dollars into crypto. Although this might be years away, and while it's impossible to say when the bull market is going to begin, it's going to be huge once it gets here. I agree 100%. He is right. We are still in the early phases. So when people say, Brandon, what can I do? I'm starting to hear about this crypto stuff all over the place. I'm not that educated on it. I don't know where to begin. I've got money though. Number one, don't invest money before you get your education. I had one person come up to me and say, hey, Brandon, I know you're into all that crypto education stuff, but I someone just came to me about this program. I'm about to put $75,000 down on it. They're promising I can double my money and stuff. You need to get in on this too. Can I send you a link? And I'm like, really? Are you serious? Number one, you need your education. You're about to drop $75K on something because somebody else said it's good. You haven't done any research on it. You don't know what it's about. You just see other people making money. Is it legal? Already by the fact that they're saying they can guarantee they're going to double your money, That's already a red flag. Before you drop that $75K, spend $300 and get your crypto education. And here's the biggest, scariest thing of all. Do you know what he said to me? Nah, I don't want to really go through that. And why I got to pay $300 for education? You're about to drop $75K on a program you know nothing about because other people made money, but you don't want to put $300 down on getting educated so that you can spot whether or not these things are real or not. Please don't get into this space. And unfortunately, that is the mindset of most people. They do not want to put in the work. They're looking for the easiest and fastest get-rich-quick scheme, scam, and have no appreciation or understanding of this space. They're looking at Bitcoin as a product of a company. No idea what's going on. Don't let that be you. How do you get started? Spend the $300 to get education. You cannot unlearn what you've learned. That education is priceless. That education taught me how to go from $30 to 6 figures plus and 7 figures. Education first. And you start to put your money in places that's going to make you some money. KGX will be launching several things that's going to allow you to do that. It's not about recruiting. Although if you don't have enough resources, you definitely want to share this with others. Use the profit from that to invest with. And let your money work for you. My new model for the rest of 2019 and forever, really because I've been spoiled. If your money is not making you money, you're not making any money. I don't care how much money you're making on a salary or on a contract. You're a basketball player or a football player. If you have to show up and do something to get paid, you're not making any money. The wealthy people, that's not how they're making their money. And that's why they're wealthy. Their money is their employer, as their employee. Their money is making money for them. I just read a report about Donald Trump this morning. They found out one bank over the last 15 or 20 years has loaned Donald Trump over $2 billion. The man was already rich. Why is he still getting loans? Why? Because he understands the wealth principle. Always use other people's money. And then let that money work for you to make a profit. That's my new model this year. It's in stages. Remember rule number 4. Where do you see yourself 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? Find a way to make enough money to support yourself so you don't have to worry about paying your bills and whatnot. You can survive. Then find a way to make more money so that you can save, not in your bank account, but you can save enough to put into the crypto space and start to build your crypto portfolio. Then get to a point where you have enough serious number, $50,000 and above, to really let your money work for you, not just buying crypto coins, but getting into money-making programs that allows your money to make money for you. Then you take the profit from that and use to invest in the future blockchain companies that are getting started. You never know which one can become the next Amazon. You see the stages, how they run? Most people are on, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm just trying to figure out how to pay my rent at the end of the month. Okay, if that's where you at, let's tackle that. Spend the $300 on your crypto education. Share this with other people. Take the profit from that and start letting it work for you. Everyone's got to start from somewhere. But nobody is being left behind, and everyone has an opportunity. So the next KGX presentation I'll be doing, it will be Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, kgxglobal.info. So I'll put that in here, http kgxglobal.info, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Thursday night. Those of you that are looking for funding the Donald Trump way, if you have a credit score of 650 or higher, you're in a good position. If it's lower than that, you can go through credit repair. http winwithivy.com. Using other people's money. So with that, you guys have a great day. I should be back, depending on what days today is, Tuesday. Maybe. I don't think so, but if there's major news, I will be back tonight for late night crypto talk. With that, you guys have a great day. Take care. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.